I went from eating the standard American diet to the optimal daily meal plan. It's taken me a decade to get here, and it wasn't easy. But today I'll tell you exactly how I structure my meals for optimal nutrient intake so that you don't waste a decade like me. What's the optimal breakfast? How do I structure my lunches for nutrient density? And what does a full day of healthy eating actually look like? Well, let's get into it. At 9 a.m., I break my overnight fast. As I mentioned previously, it appears that the optimal eating window seems to be less than 14 hours and shifted earlier in the day. My 9 a.m. start meets this criterion. Breakfast is not a meal I skip. On average, breakfast skippers consume less calories in a day than breakfast eaters. But despite their caloric deficit, they tend to be more overweight and at risk for chronic disease. Breakfast is king and I love it. I've made the same blueberry oatmeal for years now. Steel-cut oats, blueberries, flax seeds, walnuts, cinnamons, and nutmeg. So good. I'm convinced oatmeal should be a staple in everyone's breakfast. Steel-cut oats are the least processed, with the lowest glycemic index of about 48, much lower than instant oats at 76, or cereals like cornflakes that can hit over 105. This keeps me fuller for longer, but I also down my smoothie for nutritional excellence. This smoothie includes my only supplement of the day, which is vitamin B12, D3, and EPA/DHA. Breakfast is just the best. Around noon, I have my second meal of the day. Salad, soup, and side of fruit. It's a routine that I've picked up from Dr. Joel Fuhrman's practice, and it's stuck. This lunch structure reinforces the consumption of both raw and cooked plant foods. And the salad is meant to be ginormous, packed with dark leafy greens, onions, veggies, and a nut-based dressing. A cooked bean or mushroom soup to go along with it, and then a side of whatever fruit you fancy. I'll make the same salad and soup for a few months before switching it up. Lately I've been having a kale salad with Dijon pumpkin seed dressing. My soup for today? A 3-bean chili, and blackberries are on the menu. And because my daily energy expenditure is so high, I've been having a side of nuts too. Half almonds and half cashews with 1 Brazil nut for its robust selenium concentration. By dinner time, I've already consumed 2,000 calories and met all of my micronutrient goals for the day. It's a good feeling. Usually I'll try a couple new recipes a week from one of my 2 cookbooks. The 30-Day Alzheimer's Solution or the How Not to Diet cookbook. They're the healthiest cookbooks that I've found, but today I'm making my favorite dish. Collard greens and tofu. It is amazing. I've put the quinoa on the side and swapped in kale today, plus a crispy apple. Sometimes I'll have some half-frozen fruit as a dessert too, equally good. And I'll try to finish this by 7 p.m. to start my 14-hour overnight fast. This is my optimal daily meal plan. I consistently follow it Monday through Friday, but sometimes veer off for lunch or dinner on the weekends. A strict but flexible approach. I also avoid snacking whenever possible. If my meals are planned correctly, then I should have enough calories throughout the day, and I don't like breaking my intra-meal fasts. This has been 3,000 calories a day. It's a lot, but my energy expenditure is high. I typically average 25,000 steps per day, along with an hour-long run and a lifting session. And I've actually lost weight eating like this. 3,000 calories a day and weight loss. It's gotten me to the optimal BMI. When eating this way, I rarely worry about tracking my food intake. The meal structure and whole food diversity provide robust nutrients, no deficiencies. But I'll use Chronometer as a food diary for posts like this, just to confirm it. Occasionally I'll use Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen app. It's a quick way to track daily food diversity. The USDA's My Plate provides meal structure guidelines too. However, its healthy eating plate is better. It specifies whole grains and healthy proteins while not recommending dairy, although I'd swap the oils for healthier nuts and seeds. So here are my final thoughts. Eating healthy is difficult. Fast food, packaged food, and processed food are convenient and addicting. After a decade of battling this, I've settled on a meal structure to avoid it. Steel-cut oatmeal for breakfast, soup, salad, and side of fruit for lunch, and a nice healthy cooked dinner with a fruit-based dessert. The most nutrient-dense way to eat, the healthiest diet that I've found, the optimal daily meal plan. These are my latest habits for health excellence. Thanks for stopping by, and if you're interested in more habits for health excellence, feel free to check out my weekly newsletter, where I include tips like those, along with the most important things that I've read, watched, or listened to within the past week. If you're interested in that, there's a link down in the description. Thanks for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.